Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and this is Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary texts and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree. I'm just pulling this back up. Yes, this is for the first Sunday of Advent, November 29th, and this is for the narrative lectionary. It's Josiah's Reform, and we're looking at 2 Kings 22 and 23. And this idea that the people have strayed away from God's word, and there's this reform that Josiah pulls in, and king, and all this stuff. And what do you do for a children's sermon on this? And so what I'm talking about is about how God pulls us back. That God brings us back to the message of love. That God brings us back. We stray, and sometimes we think we can stray far from God. But the fact is that God is with us, and God continually pulls and guides us, and that. So 2 items that I'm using, or 2 possibilities. One is it's from the Dollar Tree, and it is a retractable card holder. You can get this in the office section of that. But so we've got this is the item, and it pulls up, and you can put a card on it, and it comes back. Pulls up, comes back. And so this idea that I'm using this is that we're never separate from God, that we're there, and that God pulls us back into God's grace and God's love, that we're never separate. There's that. So that's one idea. Second idea is taking a 3x5 card and writing your name on it. You could write, Pastor John. You got the card there, and you set it, and you maybe put it far away or somewhat away. And you use a snap hand. You know what, those sticky hands, where you can, and it pulls back. And one of the reasons I like this is the fact that you can't miss. The fact that it's connected, and there isn't any you're connected, and that you get pulled back, and that God's always pulling us back into God's grace, and God's always calling us and always pulling us back. And that's the sense of this, that the people have strayed, and that God, through the king, God through the people, God working, pulls them back. This is just fun. I mean, you can have fun with it, and you probably miss it a couple of times, and just the idea that as you're doing it, and if you miss, you can say, I miss, but our God doesn't. Our God doesn't miss when God comes in and starts to pull us back. Our God is a faithful God. Our God is always reaching. Our God is always pulling and bringing us into God's grace, and God always is there. So that's what I'm going with. I like it. It's quirky, and I like it. And really, I mean, when it comes to some of these stories in the narrative lectionary, it's a struggle for me. And so, hope this can be a springboard for your children's sermons, and that you craft this around your own thinking. So, thanks for stopping by, and as always, I hope you have a blessed week.